What's up guys, it's Val, back to another video. So today I'm going to be replacing my rear shocks because they've been causing some issues lately. I was parking at the store or whatever, and I backed in and I just hear like a loud crack. I could tell it was my rear shocks, so those are going to be replaced today. Stay tuned. So I ordered these shocks off of Amazon. They're made by KYB, which is a pretty good brand that makes shocks. And it's a good brand for the price, so I'm going to be unboxing it right now. Alright guys, so here we have the shocks. I got both because one of them is for the passenger side, one of them is for the driver's side, and they come with the hardware. It's all in the box, the box it came in. But yeah, so a few days ago I was backing into my parking spot and I heard something just crack super loudly, and I could tell that it was the shock because the car was sitting lower and it was riding a little more bouncy. So now I'm going to show you what's in these boxes. Alright guys, so here's the shock right here. It's compressed, so it would take up less space in shipping. It comes with all the hardware I need as well. So sometimes you can reuse the hardware that comes in the car already, but it's better to get new stuff because it can be worn. But yeah, the same thing is in the other box, so everything's there. So I'm going to be going to Tyler's house and installing it later. Alright guys, so step one, you're going to clean your trunk out because you got some clips here. One there, and there's one here, and there's one here. So there's really 3 clips on each side you got to remove to pull back this carpeting on both sides to get to the shock bolts up here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You just need a flathead screwdriver and unscrew it and it comes out. Alright guys, so I'm getting these clips out right here. You can pull this back now, and Tyler's going to loosen the lug nuts on both rear wheels, and then we're going to jack it up after. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's a bolt that we just removed. It's a 14mm bolt. Just take that off and then pay attention to how this metal plate is on here and then the rubber damper underneath, because I got new ones, so we can just remove these. Just pull them out because I got new hardware. But yeah, just pay attention to how it is so you don't forget and don't put it on the wrong way, because if you do, it's not going to ride well. You'll hear a lot of sounds that you shouldn't hear, so just pay attention to that. But yeah, we're going to repeat the process on this side. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we got both of these nuts loosened from here over here. So now we can jack the car up and then take the wheels off. Alright guys, we got the car on jack stands, and now we take these wheels off and then we access the shocks. Alright guys, now we take the wheels off. Doing that right now. My boy Tyler got the impact.
Makes it so much easier.
That's right, saves a lot of time. There we go. All right guys, so now we remove this bolt right here for the shock, and then this pulls out in an assembly, and now we put the new ones in. It's also a good idea to spray this with PB Blaster, or WD-40, just to get the rust penetrated, because there is a little bit, because you don't want to strip out the bolt. All right guys, this is the old shock right here. So what you do is it's out of the car right here. You just pull it down like this and you compress it a little bit. You just wiggle it out and it comes out of there. So we got this one out, and next we get that one out over there. Tyler's going to work over here, and then we just put the new shocks in and then tighten it all up. All right guys, so when you put the new shocks in, this is the old one. I'm just going to demonstrate those. So there's hardware that comes with it. Here, let me pull this off for you guys. All right, so when you put the new shock in, what you do is it's not gonna have any hardware on it. So you put a metal plate on it first, facing upwards, and then you put this rubber brace on like this. just gonna put it on that right here, the threads, and then you're gonna put this in the car, and then once it's in the car, on top you're gonna put this rubber brace in again, and then you put this piece of metal on top, this metal top hat, like this, and then you're good. So that's how we're gonna assemble the new shocks. All right, guys, out with the old and in with the new. Let's open these up. All right, guys, here are the shocks, KYB Excel-G. We are not in any way sponsored by KYB, but if KYB, if you guys want to sponsor me and send me out some more suspension stuff, I'll gladly use it, and I'll let you guys know what I think. So, shit, I mean, I would not mind a sponsorship deal from KYB. So hit me up, guys. All right, guys, so here are the new shocks right here. So we're just gonna put them through the car. We gotta put the hardware on them first, and then we put them into the car, and then we put the hardware on top, and then we bolt it all up, and hopefully we're done.
And
hopefully we don't run into any issues. All right, guys, so we got the shock here. So you put this rubber plate on, and then you put that little, there's this little cylinder right here that you put onto the threads, and that's already on there. And then you put this rubber piece on. But before you put it in the car first, obviously, but this is how it's gonna look in the car. You put that on, and then the metal plate goes on top.
Yep.
So yeah, it's pretty simple. Can't really mess it up.
I mean,
that's all you do.
Could.
Metal plate goes on top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that.
And once it's in the car, that's what it's gonna look like, guys. All right, guys, now we're gonna put the new shocks in, and then we're gonna clean up the bolts first, though, just to make sure they're all good, and then we're gonna put the new ones in. All right, so this might kill some of your grass, so just be aware of that. We're just spraying the PB blaster onto the bolt, and then use a screwdriver. Be careful though, don't damage the threads, just lightly scrape it off.
Yeah.
Just gonna go ahead and spray it on mine. Oh yeah.
Now I'll flip it over a little bit. All right, that'll do it.
All right.
We'll just hear.
All right, guys, here Tyler goes, putting the shock in to the hole. Oh yeah. And you just line it up with the bolts. Sorry.
You're good.
Is it in there? You gotta compress it a little bit, so you're gonna have to push it upwards from the bottom. There you go. And then it just pops out into there. There you go. It's slotted into those, and then you bolt it in.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, guys, here Val goes, putting his shock up in there. Sew it up in that hole up there.
Gotta compress it just a little bit. There we go. That just drops right in. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
And then we put the bolt through it, and then it's good.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. So then you gotta put this bolt back into the shock, and then just tighten it down, hand tight, so it stays in there. All right, guys. Then we put this hardware on here, and then we bolt it down. All right, guys. Tyler's torquing down the shock bolt. It's gonna be torqued down to 51 foot-pounds. Here we go.
Oh.
That's done?
Yeah.
Oh, that was easy.
I must have done it already.
Yeah, and then the top is going to be 22 foot-pounds, this bolt right here. Same thing on that side. All right, guys, now we're going to put the wheels back on, lift the car, remove the jack stands, and then drop it back down. And then go for a ride, and hopefully everything's going to be fine. Nothing falls apart on us. All right, guys, now me and Tyler right there he is. We're just gonna go on a drive real quick, go over a couple bumps, see how the suspension handles it, see if we did everything right. Hopefully we did, nothing falls apart on us. But yeah, we'll be right back for more. All right, so now since we got back from the drive, we put this carpet back up, but we need the clips for it. So we clip all that in, and then it'll be nice and good. We did go out for a drive, no weird clunks or anything. KYB suspension, when it's first being used before it breaks in, it's known for being a little bit clunky, but after it's done, then like whenever it's broken in, it doesn't really make any sounds anymore. But it was a really smooth ride, a lot smoother than before. Because as you can see, these shocks right here are not in the best condition. Clearly, they're pretty bad. But yeah, I got a nice upgrade today. But yeah, we're riding on, oh, it actually sits a little higher too. Sits like an inch higher on this side, and then over here also an inch higher, so that's good. But yeah, lowering springs coming soon, guys. Stay tuned. Thank you guys really much for watching. I really do appreciate the support you guys give me. And if you have any feedback, make sure to leave a comment, you know, anything I can work on, any suggestions. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn your post notifications on, and stay tuned for the next videos. This was a pretty good video today. My car rides a lot better, so that's out of the way. No issues other than the wipers, but I'm working on that. But yeah, next is going to be a cool video too, so stay tuned guys.